The Pacific Flyway, extending from Mexico all the way up to Alaska, basically represents the route that birds will take between their wintering areas and breeding areas and all the stops in between. The Pacific Flyway is really important for large populations of birds that breed in the Arctic or subarctic in Alaska and the Northwest Territories in Canada and migrate down to winter in California, Mexico, and even farther south. We've done studies of mark birds coming up the coast. They spend a few days at every site heading north trying to get to their breeding grounds, but at San Francisco Bay, they spend the longest time of anywhere on the Pacific coast. The very small shorebirds have very small legs and they don't dive, so they're fine feeding on the surface of the ponds in the mud, on the invertebrates that are found in that area, or perhaps even the material on the surface called biofilm. They sometimes use that. In terms of the deeper ponds, we get in the intermediate zone some of the other species that both can tip up and feed on the bottom and also are able to reach the bottom and walk on some of these deeper areas. And finally, you get to the deepest areas that maybe are 3 or more feet deep, and the diving ducks are the ones found in that area. They dive to the bottom to get their food. And so you have this nice assortment of small birds at the shallows to middle-sized birds kind of in the areas that are getting deeper, and then the very deepest areas are the diving, called benthivores, or those that feed on the bottoms or benthic areas of the ponds.